4 more people have measles in Allegheny County. 2 kids and two adults from the same family.
The new cases bring the total to 5, and the health department considers this an outbreak. The new cases also mean thousands of more people have been exposed to the disease. Ralph Iannotti is live to explain who may be at risk. Ralph.
Yeah, thanks very much, Susan. Tonight, local health officials tell us they're on alert because of several new measles cases that have just been verified. 4 more cases of measles have now been confirmed in Allegheny County. Health officials say the new cases are not linked to other current measles outbreaks in several spots around the nation. The new cases involved one family. 3 of the family members are not county residents and came from overseas. 2 of the 3 are children, both unvaccinated, and 1 adult who was vaccinated. The 4th family member is an adult who lives here and is unvaccinated.
Given the infectious nature of this disease, we're going to be on high alert, obviously, to make sure that when we hear about other cases that we do the appropriate investigation. Our hope, obviously, is that there will be minimal additional cases.
One of the family members who is now hospitalized was at this Enterprise rent-a-car location on Babcock Boulevard. Officials say the exposure there was just yesterday between 2 and 5 o'clock. Another family member who is now recovered was infectious while traveling, and that public exposure at Pittsburgh International Airport would have occurred on Tuesday, April 16th, between the hours of 7:30 and 10 o'clock in the morning.
The most important thing you can do to prevent measles is to get vaccinated. We recommend that all children get vaccinated at 12 to 15 months and 4 to 6 years. All adults should have at least 1 MMR vaccine. And if you were born before 1957, you're considered immune to measles.
The health department says people susceptible to measles or become ill with symptoms like a high fever, rash, or cough should contact their primary care provider, and they should stay away from urgent care centers or emergency rooms because if you do have the measles virus, you could infect others as well.
I do think that the vast majority of the population is likely to be immune to measles and will have nothing to worry about, but we do have individuals, for whatever reasons, who may not be immune.
Okay, now 3 of those family members infected with measles have been quarantined at home. Health officials tonight would not say where that home is or identify where the 4th family member is currently hospitalized. However, we were told tonight the patient is in a special isolation room with no risk of exposure to other patients, visitors, or healthcare workers. We're live tonight. I'm Ralph Iannotti, KDKA News.
All right, Ralph, thank you. The first case of the measles in this area was reported earlier this week. The health department says that a man contracted the disease while traveling overseas. When he returned to Pittsburgh on April 25th, he visited the Giant Eagle Market District and the Aldi's in Shadyside before he was diagnosed. If someone was exposed, symptoms would show up between now and May 20th.
Measles is spread through coughing and sneezing. Symptoms appear generally within about 2 weeks and include a rash, high fever, cough, stuffy nose, and red, watery eyes. Vaccines are available at the health department's immunization clinic on First Avenue downtown. You can find the clinic hours at KDKA.com.